And well, hello there. Oh, girl, you are still pixelated. What is going on here? I thought you had new internet.
Why are we pixelated? Because everything looks perfectly fine over here.
And you not only are you pixelated, okay, it's like she's catching up. All
Everything
right.
is perfectly fine over here.
Well,
I mean, on this end, everything seems to be rolling fine. Like you're fine, nothing's rolling.
it's
But
caught up. I don't know. I don't, but we here, dear God, and hallelujah, and praise be it, and all of that. So, how are you, dear?
listen, I am good. I am here. I'm ahead of the game because I woke up. So this is where I am. So, hey kittens, what's going on? Glad to be here. Last week was a little bumpy, but we're here. Or at least I'm here because I wasn't last week. But no, all is well. How about you? How's things going with you?
But first, we have to say hello, particularly to Grace, Miss Prest McPrest, who was online at 7:22 p.m. Now that is a super fan.
Grace,
We love you, Grace. I like the way
girl.
the words are just in the right place so you can see them perfectly.
Grace.
I'm so glad that you were able to join us, Grace. And hello, Dylan and
Girl, I'm
Joshua.
glad that you had.
Why you got to put all my business out there?
Yes.
Ma'am, you put it in the chat. I'm only I'm only posting what you posted in the chat.
Listen. Listen. Josh and Atlas or Trayvon, babies. Listen,
I'm another Josh.
That's not. Oh, okay. No. All right. Oh, that's the other. Oh, hey, Joshua. I just heard Josh, and I was like, okay. But Dylan, what's going on, baby? Dylan has a birthday coming up in the month of June as well, and I think it's going to be around.
Coming up in the month of June. It's right during Pride season. How appropriate!
Pride season. Right, it's during Pride season.
They
so
knew, they knew when they were being born. That was like, when would be the best time for me to be born? Right during Pride Month. Mm-hmm.
Pride, a deep love, pride,
a deep love, pride, a deep love. Whoa, 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 whoa.
People, let me tell you.
Yes.
But looking forward to that. So you'll get to celebrate with all 100 million people that might be in the city during that weekend.
That's true. You'll be there with Jennifer Lopez singing "Let's Get Loud."
Baby, listen, I am here for Let's Get Loud and J-Lo. Like, I don't care about anything else.
And when Shakira sings whatever, I couldn't tell you a single Shakira song. All I know is I couldn't tell you a single Shakira song. So there is that.
Listen, because these hips don't lie, baby.
Okay, yes, I know. And then she did what was that telephone with Beyonce?
No, she did not do telephone with. She did. Hey. Shakira, Shakira. I've
Beautiful
got to go through the
Liar.
whole song to think of the name.
Yeah, the name of the song with Shakira and Beyonce is "Beautiful Liar."
Thank you. What a beautiful life. Right, I had to get over through that. But
I knew
listen,
you were going through a moment. Mm-hmm.
right. And listen, if Shakira jumps up on that stage and Miss Beyonce shows up as well, listen, I don't think the gays can handle all that. I don't think they can handle all that at one time because I swear to God, like it might just be one big flame. It just be like poof. I don't know if the gays can handle all that. I don't know.
Oh,
But
there's a new feature.
show
Hold
comments
on.
on stage.
Yes, it says chat overlay lets you display live comments. Yada yada yada. All right. So then, but how do I put the shit on? Okay, there we go.
Rainbow History Project exhibit on Freedom Plaza. Oh, really? Okay, okay, Della, you done came in. You make a history
Oh, so
and
as the
everything.
new comments come in, I like this feature. So now we don't have to. I don't have to spotlight it per se because it's gonna pop up right on the screen. So you know, as long as y'all don't say nothing crazy, because baby, y'all saw what we did to a super fan, and we love Tyra,
who also celebrated a birthday, and
yes,
so I want to take this time out to
she's
publicly
finally
acknowledge
21.
her. Right, she's gonna be forever 21 or forever 42. If you twice that, because you know, I'm just saying,
Right.
just in case, you know. But we gonna say happy birthdays to her, and I know she's gonna look back at this and be like, "Why y'all telling my age?" Yes, Tyra's 42.
Yes,
She's
42.
42. Yes, she is. She's 42.
Yeah, she's 42 years old.
42.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yep. See,
42.
listen, and look at it. We look at God.
And
We just spoke her up.
We conjured her up. Hey, girl. Hey, how's it going? It is so
Hey,
good to see you.
Listen, Tyra, I have a small area in my house that's accumulating items for you. So I'm gonna need you to figure out how we're gonna make this happen. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. They wait not they not gonna wait that much longer because you know in a minute I done went through some cleaning this weekend and baby, hey, my child is doing some shit. Spirit boy, what's going on, boo boo? Not kiss
Yes,
my grits.
I am really liking this new feature.
Not kiss my grits. But anyway, so the week for me was good. How was your week, or how was your week been so far?
You know, so you know, the work week was the work week. You know, I'm sure, whatever. You know, the weekend for me always starts with my haircut, and of course, bitch, why did I show up? And it's like, but then have you seen the one guy? He's dark skinned, really tall, not necessarily attractive per se, but it's something about him.
So listen, there's a couple folks that go to our barber.
One of them that ride the motorcycle, he looked kind of like a dark skinned Curious George.
I got nothing. But here's what I am gonna say
about him. Whenever he come in, I'll be like, hey. I know.
Oh my
So that's the
God.
thing, we've all seen, if you were to look at him, he's not like conventionally gorgeous, and the way that I like him, conventionally gorgeous, but he's not an ugly person, but he is tall. He's like 6'5" and muscular
And
and
dark.
and
If he,
dark. Eddie drive like a BMW X7 or something like that. So he got money.
I think I kind of know who you're talking about, but you remember, our cycle of who we get to come to, at our at our haircut times are like the same people. Like
Right.
I'm noticing now that badass and her badasseries are showing up at my appointment time now when I come earlier. So I definitely have to come later because I am not sitting in that motherfucking shop early. I'm not doing that. I'm
Let
not.
me show you. Cause baby, them little bad. Listen, I love kids, and I don't expect babies to sit quietly. But
Now you got to be clear. You got to define that. Babies. What are you talking about? Up until what
I'm
time?
talking about a human being that is less than 2 years old.
Okay, I just want to be clear about that because these babies that she got are not 2 years old.
The youngest one is like 5 or 6.
They're
and don't know how to shut the fuck up. And she's tuning him out. But it's like this child is literally screaming and running all over the place. And I'm just like,
well,
because of that child is the very reason that I started carrying around a pair of earbuds with me in my bag, specifically when I came to get my haircut, because I don't want to engage. I'm definitely not letting that child hold my phone, because on more than one occasion, he has come up and stood in front of me and started touching my screen and shit. And I'm like, child, please,
But here's this is what took me out last week. They're sitting there, and apparently they had their sister there with them too. So
how many of them is it?
Listen, I don't know. All I know is I saw 3. I saw 2 boys and 1 girl. But they're sitting there like this, and the sister's sitting right next to him. So you think that if she's sitting on this side of you and she's trying to watch TV, that you would turn the phone towards her? No, this is what he does. So then she's on this side trying to like tune around and look over, and he's just constantly doing like this. And so I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, Mama, are you going to say something to them? Because like she's starting to complain.
Right.
And
I'm like, hey, this isn't my responsibility to fucking manage this shit. What the fuck?
So then on top of that, then the other child decided to lay all the way out on the couch and put the pillows over their face.
Right. And I'm like, it's like 4 other people in this fucking.
Clasped his fingers across his chest, crossed his feet at the ankles, and commenced to snoring. I said,
that's the older one?
The older one, yes.
Bitch, I would have been like, I would have taken his feet, put them on the ground, because, bitch, when I sit down on this sofa, what you bet not do is put your fucking feet on my lap, because I don't know you like that.
Baby, shoes was off, socks was on. I was looking like, baby, I can't deal with this. Now she's in the chair getting her haircut, which is a complete fucking disaster if you ask me. But hey, that's
her hair always looks a mess. And when she get out of the chair, I'll be like, that's how you wanted it to look, though.
Listen, Spiller Boy, we're gonna go back to you like that.
And then so there's this other dude that comes in. He's balding on the top, right? But his hair, his do can best be described as a shock of thinning hair. So
the older gentleman.
So he gets his beard done and he lines this up, but he never does anything here but I'm like, and I'll be looking at him, I'm like, but
he actually used to be a model, and so I see it.
Oh, okay. So it's the vanity, but girl, just
shave
all that shit off, honey, because it looks a mess.
Baby, you can see, when I say you can see through the forest for the trees, baby.
You can see, not only can you see right. It's like this. The hairs are like
hair. It's sitting like this.
See how you can see my scalp through that? That's how you can see these hairs. I mean, it might be maybe this much, but it's still plenty of scalp. service that is going
Baby,
on
listen,
up and through here.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes.
And then I was laughing because I was like, I was hearing him talk about his wife, and I was like, wife? Well, then I just let it go. I let it go. I said,
I don't get into
okay,
grown folk business because,
I
you
let it
know,
go.
listen, I love all the women that watch this show, but some of y'all be seeing what y'all want to see because I'll be looking at some of these dudes and they'd be like,
how did you not know? Like, how did you
married
to them?
to a woman?
Okay.
Like a biological
cisgendered.
You're married to a cisgender
Okay. Well,
female woman with
okay.
boobies?
Well, all right. Well, okay.
Okay. Listen, there is what is it? What does it say? A spoon for every pot or some shit like that?
Right. There's a lid for every pot.
A lid for every pot, baby. None of my affair. But what I see over here with my good eye,
right? I spy with my good eye. Your guy like guys, but that's just me. I'm just saying.
Are you a homosexual? A homosexual?
Listen, as we used to say back in the day when certain songs came on, yo man is a girl. Yo man is a girl. But
they said some just ignore the femme side of the man because they blame it on being raised by women or a church kid. I mean, I get in a church. I just want to be clear. Church kid means homosexual.
Listen, if they're saying that they are the lead, if they're saying they are the lead tambourine shaker, baby, listen.
Right. If you meet a man and he is femme and in the choir, I want to be clear that he might still fuck you. He might still enjoy.
Yeah, he might.
He might still enjoy the company of women. I mean, because sexuality is fluid. There are no hard and fast. Really you can only like men or you can only like women. But I'm telling you, if he is in the church, which is already a qualifier of homosexuality in and of itself, just being associated with the church, and he's in the choir, and he's femme, if he got good dick, just take the good dick and keep it moving. I'm just telling you, don't get
that's all it is.
Don't get your feelings in it because it's never going to be more than that, and you will get your feelings hurt by sitting around thinking that man is going to do. And here's the thing: he might actually do that. He might marry you because he's either trying to cover or thinking that if he gets the best or the right pussy. And pardon my French, but that's going to solve it. It almost never does. Homosexuality, either for male identified people or female identified people, but and I actually think more for men because women, a little bit of you can have a college fling, with another woman, and everybody's cool. Seriously, if most men, if you was like, hey, me and my girlfriend used to fuck around when we was in college, lots of dudes would be like, really? Y'all still do that? But for women, if your man is like, I used to fuck around with my frat brother in college, baby, that for a lot of people, that's the end of the relationship. Come on, Spill It Boy. Hymns on Sunday and hymns on Monday through Saturday at 4 a.m. Mm-hmm.
But now there's also a couple of content creators that I've seen out here and people just in general, specifically some of the more that I would say femme men that are dating women, whether they are lesbian or trans, and it works for them. And baby, I'm here for it.
All of it works for them, but I'm just telling you as a cisgender woman, do not ignore the red flags. That doesn't mean don't pursue it, but don't act like the red flags aren't there. Don't pretend like you don't see the red flags.
Right. Because they are waving.
Right. The flags are waving, but I'm going to wade through those flags because I feel like I could get something from this. But don't think you're going to change this man. Don't think that, you are going to turn him into someone who is not femme and probably not gay. And are there men? Does masculinity exist on a spectrum? Every man isn't a he-man,
absolutely,
whatever. But there's a difference between, a dude who may not be a football player but is heterosexual and one of the girls.
That's just, listen. Now, the one thing that I'm not going to do is, and I've
Mhm.
been pretty true and consistent with this, and Grace, keep me honest about this. One thing that I always do is, baby, listen. Now, I may be out and I may clock all of that tea, but baby, that's not my tea to tell. That's not my story.
No.
And so some of the women that I've hung out with, or just and men as well, be like, well, wait a minute, well, who is and what is, like, baby, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I
Go
don't get.
Go ask them. If you're asking me what my opinion is, I'm gonna say what my opinion is, but I don't know for sure. And I very well may know 100% down
100%.
in the
I'm not
soul,
getting into grown folk business because you may have decided to turn your life over to Christ and you're not doing that anymore for the next 30 days. Then it's none of my business. Sometimes listen, you got eyes, you saw the red flags, you chose to ignore the red flags. So here's the thing, because gay, straight, bi, or otherwise, when I've gotten involved in the middle of other people's relationships, they only one time did they not somehow turn it into, oh, if Dominion hadn't said anything, we still would have been together in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? So I feel like some secrets you need to figure out for yourself.
But now listen, if you know me, baby, you know good and damn well. Listen, you can instantly, I'll be like.
And here's the thing. Y'all, you know who I hang out with, and you know who Epic hang out with. And if we say we know her, if you just were like, hey, do you know so and so? And we say, yes. Bitch, that one word tells you everything you need to know. And you choose to do with that information what you want. Because I'm gonna be the thing. Because when I say it like that, it's not gonna be, oh yeah, we both work for the same company. It's gonna be like, I have seen some things.
Well, so here's the thing. I just bumped into someone who I have known for quite some time, and I remember we met on a trip. It was on a cruise, and they introduced themselves and said, this is what they do for living and all this good stuff. And so it came up there. They're in the music industry. And somehow on Facebook one day I was scrolling through something and I popped across his profile and so forth. And I was just like,
are we talking about?
All I'm saying is I bumped into them after not seeing them for years. And then now they're here and they've relocated here and they're like, hey, and I'm like, hey, hi.
All right, it was lovely to see you. I'm moving on. Thank you.
Exactly. How you been? I've been good, but I'm going out the door, so I'm gonna see you. Right. All right. Yeah. So anyway, God bless them. That's all I got.
So,
but other than that,
oh yeah, child, we went down a rabbit hole, did we not? Because that was Thursday. So Friday, I don't think did I do anything on Friday? I feel like I did something, or and someone's going to be mad that I forgot.
Friday we were supposed to do something on Friday, but we didn't make it.
Oh yeah, because I got my injectable prep, and then we were supposed to go to Baltimore to hang out for a minute, but girl, the way the
thunder crash boom
the
and
clouds
the and everything
opened up.
Listen,
yeah, so I was like, you know what? I am just going to go home. Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna go home and relax because this is the universe telling me that I need to stay home. So
yeah, it was,
and then and then Saturday I got up and drove out to the Eastern Shore to see Josh and Trey. They had a housewarming. They have a cute house. It was nice.
I believe it. And here I am over here having conversations with the front office, but that's a whole nother story as well. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah, so
waiting
you,
now.
you gotta tell us, why were you having conversations with the front office?
So one morning I woke up probably last year and I think they were outside, they were cleaning in front of the building or whatever, like pressure washing the building. But then I noticed they were pressure washing the building, which was in the rain too, which really was weird to me. But so then inside my window, we had a leak. I filmed it and I was, took it over to the office like, hey, y'all got to figure out what's going on. I don't want stuff going on. And okay, great, fine. Didn't happen for over a year. Well, last week, what day did it rain? Was that Thursday or was that Friday? What day was it? That was Friday. Yeah, it was leaking like shit. It was all like just stuff coming in the window. And I was just like, okay, here we go. So I had to go back up there on Saturday and have a little conversation with the maintenance people. And once again, I used to really get embarrassed when my mother would go places and shit would be wrong. And I would see her kind of like, she would stand there presentable, but trying to reserve herself. And then she started gritting her teeth. And then so I'm laughing because I was like, God damn it, I'm turning into my mother. And I was sitting there and I was just like, so what are you telling me that you're going to do as I'm pounding on the desk? And the guy was looking at me and I was like, I'm sorry. I'm a little frustrated, but let me stop. Can you tell? Listen.
So did they fix your shit?
Huh?
So did they fix your shit?
It is not leaking, and they did a little quick paint job. But I'm getting ready to tell you that I'm waiting for the first drop. If the first drip drop that I see that comes down
it's about to be a wrap.
I've already, in the process, I started looking at different places because I was already having this conversation. I'm starting to hate my neighborhood because you walk out my door and to the left and to the right, there are trash cans. Anywhere you go. In fact, if you're driving in a car, you have to go to the right. So even if you don't want to go to the left, you have to go to the right. There's a trash can right there as well. Why don't you take your shit to the trash can as opposed to leaving it on the stoop? Like I've seen people move out of the area and decide, I don't want this table. I don't want these chairs. I don't want this microwave. I'm going to leave some food here on the stoop. Don't do that shit on the stoop. If you don't want that fucking shit, throw that shit in the fucking garbage or give it to somebody. Don't leave it on the fucking stoop. Like, why are you doing that? Like, if it's food, then we're across the street from a park. So then you have animals and shit that's gonna come up. You got cats and rodents and no, we're not doing that. So I find myself being the crotchety old man in my building and in my neighborhood when I walk outside and I see shit on my stoop, like a chair, a microwave, a fucking collection of a basket of fruit that somebody. What the fuck? What are y'all doing? Listen, so I'm annoyed with all this. So I'm at this point where it's like, while I don't necessarily want to move because the process is just overwhelming and I fucking hate it. And I was really trying to do this one-time move and move into my own type of situation as far as buying, because we were having that little conversation as well. But baby, they are getting on my nerve. So I'm trying to just be nice and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna deal with this, but something's got to give. But for the most part, they came and they fixed and did the little repairs or whatever. So I'm waiting for that to not have any leaks because it started raining. So I'm listening and I'm trying to, all right, we cool. But I'm also keeping an eye out because I see, people have started putting stuff on the stoop again. And here I am throwing the shit in the trash because I'm getting tired of it. So I'm trying to bide my time. I'm trying to just figure out how this is going to work. But that's where we are. But other than that, it's cool. But Trayvon and Joshua, I didn't make it down there because I was dealing with that type of shit. So there we are. But I'm gonna deal with that.
You're not wrong. If you wanted to be an extra on Good Times, rent should be free. Exactly.
That part too. So,
but that was nice, and we stayed out there, had a good time. Josh sizzled up some good old chicken wings and stuff on the grill. They had the nice amount of char on them and everything. I was like, God damn, it's good. And then we had a nice little time, and they broke out the margarita machine.
Okay.
One of those,
Did,
you put the ice in and you mix it up. And baby, it's just a fancy blender with a spigot, and you can make the margaritas from it. So they
okay.
got it as a wedding gift, and it was opportunity for them to finally bust it out.
Is this new place? Is this come with a? Did they purchase another pool? Did it come with a pool or like what?
They put in a pool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's about the same size as the one that they had before.
Okay, cool.
But it's on a nice flat piece of 3-acre land and everything, and it's beautiful.
I'm gonna make it down there. I owe y'all a visit and a gift, so I'm gonna make it down there. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah, so it's nice, and I got to meet some more of Josh's family. His uncle was there, and a few of some people that we had already met at the wedding and stuff. So it was fun. So we had a good old time.
Okay, well, good.
And then Sunday was just prepping for my trip to beautiful, sunny downtown Carbondale, Illinois.
Ooh, so excited.
The most exciting thing was that I got to use my brand new luggage. So,
which I got to thank that random person on the flight about his luggage, because I saw some and I really liked the way it was looking at, and I done found it on Amazon. So
which luggage did you get?
Did I say it again?
Which luggage did you get?
I didn't get it. I just found it, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to get it, because I had So I had the nylon luggage, which is the green suitcase that I would travel with a lot. But then I was telling you how that extra pouch sometimes makes it look a little bit bigger, and then they give me guff about getting on a plane. So I found this one that actually fits all the specific requirements, but it's still plastic, but it also has another container that slides out that you can put a laptop in, and it's still like a neat fit, and that's what I was looking for. And because the plastic pieces that I have, the one piece is really, really small. It's only like 19 inches. All I can get in there is like my toiletry bag and like maybe a pair of shoes and a jacket. And that's about it. But I want something a little bit bigger, that 22 or 23 inches that still will not, the shape won't change. So I can pack as much as I can in that 23 inches.
Yeah.
So but I found it because this guy came off the plane when we went to Fort Lauderdale, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, can I take a picture of it? And listen, this Google machine is amazing. You take pictures of stuff and you find it. I was like, what? This is amazing.
Baby, that reverse image search has been a lovely thing to have. I have found pieces of art, clothing, all kinds of stuff. I love it so much. And so then, I was in Carbondale for 2 days. I did not have any time to experience
Carbondale,
the local delicacies, but there were lots of local delicacies that wanted to experience me, and I was like, and I didn't know what my schedule was going to give, and I ultimately did not have time because we were there till 2:00 in the morning. Then I had to be right back there by 7:30 the next day. But as an upshot, I came to work today. I was like, so I will be at 40 hours by noon tomorrow.
Just so y'all know, just so that we're clear.
So I'm going to be, I didn't say this, but I'm going to be slow walking it tomorrow afternoon, and I'm definitely off on Friday. So I'm looking at a 4-day weekend, so I'm excited about that.
Listen, I have a doctor's appointment on Friday. I've told you all that I'm of the age where I have a doctor's appointment. I takes off the entire day. That's where the fuck I'm at. So I ain't going. That's what the fuck we got going. I ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, and Volt and Isu will be here this weekend, so we'll find out some time for all of us.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's it. That's about it. It is Memorial Day weekend. It's also Pride weekend. Black Pride weekend here in DC. It's also IML.
Yes.
In Chicago. So we'll see that.
Shout out to all the Onyx Bros and siblings and everyone else that's going to be there having a good time and all those running. I know we have a couple runners are running. The only one that's coming to mind right now is Legendary. There's a couple of people that are running. I can't remember.
There are,
but anyway, best of luck to them. And it'll be in step now.
Yeah, like Tracy from Northwest is Mr. San Francisco Leather, I believe. And then Yoshi, I can't remember what Yoshi's title is, but Pup Yoshi has a title and is running as well. And I think there are a couple of others. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's, and I want to say there's someone from Southeast as well. But I can't remember. But again, I'm wishing all of them the best of luck. It's going to be a great weekend, and it's already starting. It's starting tonight, I think, isn't it? Or no, starts tomorrow.
Well, people are starting to arrive tonight. The first official. See, I don't even know if they have the roast anymore. So I think maybe the first official like contest event. Oh, Counselor.
Oh, Counselor Ultramar. Okay, all right.
So yeah, and there's still several more beyond that. I know. I know I'm not sure I should know these things, but here we are. So yeah.
Well, and I think doesn't Jay get to run this year? Does Jay Phoenix, is he going? Does he get to? Because I know he had a title. Eccentric.
I don't know, because I think his title. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. That's something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know.
He's not mentioned anything about it.
Well, I do know, and I my condolences, because I do know that he's lost his. He just recently lost his father, I think it was.
Yes, it's his father.
So that may not necessarily be, may not be in the cards. But again, I sending well wishes. Jay, love you, and hope all is well. I text him really quickly, but I just haven't had a chance to talk to him. I miss. I was just reminded of this the other day. Someone said to me, like, why did you say it was the best decision you ever made? I said, because of the friendship that I've made and with the people. And that is definitely one of those relationships that I value. So like, as we sit in the middle of the floor at MAL and we be sitting there kikiing, baby, that is my time. Baby, that is my time to sit and catch up with folk. That's I enjoy it. I absolutely love it. So no, he's not going that far. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm still wishing best of luck to all those that are running, and safe travels for all those that are going. And we're going to see how this is going to turn out this year. That's all we got.
Yep. All right. So I think I may have found a way to solve our issue by downloading the videos that we need. So
okay. It's a good start. I like the start right now. This is
we saw this one last week, but I think it's still a good way to get us started. All right, let me turn up the volume. I'm not sure if turning up the volume does anything for you, but all right, are we ready?
Let me show you one of the best exercises you can do for your glutes at home. All right, you don't need any extra weight, but you can add something in this position. Like this. No. Yes. One hand here, and we go up. All right, and then we go like this and up again. If you want to have some extra weight and you don't feel the exercise, then you can do this one. Look, you have here the dumbbell.
You put some weight on it. Okay.
You go into the position, and then you go up, slowly down. And up, slowly down, and up. This is so effective, you will feel it directly. And up. Perfect.
Taco Bell.
Burger King.
McDonald's.
Chili's.
Wendy's.
Domino's.
Subway.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Pizza Hut.
Chili's.
Love loving come with yourself.
We gotta go back, because baby, the way that this booty was bouncing had me mesmerized.
I was trying to relate to the restaurants, and I was like, "That's what you went for, Prado for?" Like,
right. So, all right. So we got to see that. We got to watch this one again. Yes, Philip boy, I am very hungry. All right.
Would you say every week because you forgot how to do the exercise?
We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
I actually did follow this guy, so I was like, all right, we're gonna do the exercise of the week.
Right. Hey, Des.
Talk about.
Burger King.
McDonald's.
Chili's.
Wendy's.
Domino's.
Subway.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Pizza Hut.
Chili's.
I don't know if I can get behind all of these. I mean, I can get behind all of those positions, but yeah.
But Domino's though, like you went full in.
Some of them, I was like, really? You go in for Domino's? And the way that he went in for McDonald's, so here's the thing. I have had too many bright and early trips to either Philadelphia or New York City, and the only thing open is McDonald's. And I had to actually walk through the station this morning, and I was walking past McDonald's, and I was saying to myself, if I never have to have another bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or sausage wrap, sausage and egg breakfast wrap again in my life and the next, it will be too soon.
Well, listen, it's gonna happen. And hold on, my computer's getting ready to turn off. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. We had technical difficulties last week, and I'm having some this week. Hold on, I'm trying not to lose y'all. But keep talking. I'm here.
Yeah, so I just get annoyed. Well, not so much get annoyed. I mean, it's the only option. I remember I don't really eat McDonald's a lot. And when I did, it was like, oh, you know what? I'll go and have a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. That used to be like a rare treat. But then when you had that shit, twice a week, for weeks on end, because that's the only thing available that time of the morning, yeah, she's not so cute anymore.
Well, you get used to certain things. And I will say that there's a certain amount of comfort with some of McDonald's breakfast foods, like the hash browns and just certain things that are just comfort food as far as I'm concerned. So, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So I have a question for you, Epic.
It is cool.
All right, so I have a question for
What's
you.
that?
Love rubbing cum on yourself? Then you're gonna love this serum. Feels just like cum, so you can enjoy rubbing it around your crack or your face, so you can renew your pounded and discolored skin.
Oh! Kayla!
Who designed the park? I should not be this close. Park chemically take bullet check, Syracuse University, go on.
But I've got to go back. I have a question. Did you
love rubbing cum on yourself? Then you're gonna love this serum. Feels just like cum, so you can enjoy rubbing it around your crack or your face, so you can renew your pounded and discolored skin.
I'm not suggesting that your skin is pounded in and discolored, but I know you like cum on your face.
Absolutely not. To be clear.
Really? I thought you did. Like, for real.
Absolutely not. I don't want that shit. Listen, I've had experiences where people, it's just like, and I was just like,
love rubbing cum.
Mm-hmm. No, sir. That is never, no, sir. That was a traumatizing experience for me and for them. And I was just like, I didn't know. Not at all. But listen, I respect the kids that do, but for me, it's a no.
All right, now we know.
Yep.
Epic Onyx Prude.
Okay.
Oh! Kayla!
I should not be this close. Park chemically take bullet check, Syracuse University, go on.
That wasn't funny, but goddamn it was.
Listen, that little kid got worn out by that table.
Oh.
I think we can relate to this.
Listen. My oh God. I had a DNA appointment.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Bitch, the way I was not going to be outdone, but baby, the way these knees was like, that was the best expression of my knees.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Oh.
Why? Why?
Now, listen. I want to be 100% clear. I love my little black fur baby, and she is laying right here next to me. And she will come through and give me a little boop on the nose. Not only does she don't want you in her face, and I really don't want you in the face, but if it is, it's just a boop. But now you inside the mouth. Yeah, no, ma'am. No.
I mean, you don't love Clark like that?
No, and no.
You are a bad mom.
I am a bad parent. I am horrible that I'm taking her in out of the motherfucking rain and in out of the motherfucking elements and giving her a potty and food and water. I am horrible. I am horrible for letting her sleep on my chest. I am horrible for letting her wrap up in a blanket. I am horrible for protecting her from all the rodents.
Sir.
Foxes, I am horrible.
Sir.
But she is not going to get in my mouth.
Hi, excuse me. Hi. Hello.
Hey, yes.
Yeah. So, Daily Pet Gazette here. Did you or did you not go away to Fort Lauderdale for 4 days and did not leave food for the cat?
So that is a lie.
It's a yes or no question, sir.
That is no. Let me tell you what that actually is. And I explained this before.
Mm-hmm.
She has a feeder. Mm-hmm. And her feeder, as the food falls, it's a gravity feeder. So when you put food in, it just falls to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the food will get stuck on the side. So when I had her uncle come through to check on her, he said, "Oh, there's no food in the feeder." Yes, I did not put any additional food in the feeder that I had left up there, but there was food in there that I knew she could actually get, even if it was stuck on the side, because she knows to stick her hand in and it'll fall. So no, my baby didn't have any food. He said you didn't put any food down, but I was like, when you took the top off, there was food in there. He said, yeah, it was. I'm saying, okay, no problem.
So if your mother had been like, yeah, I left Epic food, he just couldn't reach it.
She could reach the food and she knows how to reach the food.
Thank you, Spiller Boy. Thank you, Spiller Boy. Her hand, child, do you understand?
She puts that little paw in that little thing and then listen.
Epic said, I'm not on trial here. I refuse.
am not. My name is not Sean Combs. I am not on trial with y'all.
Right.
That's not funny. That's not creative. He has no idea what you're doing.
Child, the dog has 3 legs and a sweat. I'm assuming that whatever's going on here, that is just a jacket sponsored by the International House of Pancakes. But on this particular 3-legged dog, it's just hysterical.
All I'm saying is that owner knew exactly what the fuck she was doing.
My family did 6 shares of family towel.
Why?
Oh my God. I've seen her. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's the woman that also has the sink full of water that she only changes
Right,
out
they
once a
call it
month.
like the family bath, and like everybody has to use the same thing. And I'm just like, bitch, what? What? Honey, ma'am,
No, ma'am.
water
No, ma'am.
falls from the sky, honey. Why are you all? And when she showed it, right, the basin was gray, and
It
it's
was
a
brown.
family. It is a family of 6. I was just like, what? Y'all can't go down to the creek and get some more water?
Mm.
And that the fact that y'all have a family towel for family bath night, what the fuck is family bath night?
My question now is, who goes first and who goes last?
And baby, the way she is holding that, hold on, let me go get you. This isn't a whole towel, right? But all right, so let me hold a towel the way that she is holding the towel. You see how, like, when I hold a towel up here, how it just naturally falls because it's clean. Baby, this towel is stiff all up and through here.
It looks like is it folded? Is it folded? That's what it looks like.
But even if it's folded, it still should. A towel should be like it should not be. The towel is hanging like I would if she's holding the way that towel is hanging is if you're holding at the top and the bottom.
So it looks like this is what it looks like to me. It looks like she took the towel, she folded it long ways in half, and then half again, and then rolled into threes. Because that's how I fold my towels. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is folded.
That towel is stiff.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I am saying is, depending on how she folded the towel, it's probably not going to move anyway. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. And you know what? It makes me question. So 6 people use this towel. You know how sometimes you take a shower in the morning, and then when you get home, maybe the towel hasn't fully dried out. And I still get skeeved out about that. That's why I have remember I took that thing because I always keep a bunch of towels because I always like to have a fresh, like I'm in a fucking hotel. The idea that I would have had to use a towel. Listen. You see these people in the background, my sister, my sister and my mother probably would have been okay. I still would have been disgusted. But using a towel after my father.
So first of all, as a kid, I didn't want to listen. I needed a washcloth every day. I needed a towel every day.
Mm-hmm.
Then my mother was like, do you think there's a maid around here somewhere? Like, what the fuck is you doing? She's like, that is not what we're doing. She said, if anything, you want to change this washcloth every day, you can do that. But these towels, no, you're gonna get a couple.
No, that's fine. And I mean, I'm not suggesting. I mean, I change my towels probably every 2 days, but I'm the only person that uses the towel.
Right. And that's like you said, it has to still be dry by the time I use it again. Because if it's not, I'm retro. Listen,
yeah. And I also have all white towels, so it just feels like I'm in a hotel. It's just my little hotel stuff. You know what I also do is after an especially stressful day, I will light a candle and then turn out all of the lights in the back. I only have a shower now because I got rid of the tub, but I will take a shower by candlelight, and that shit is so relaxing.
You know what that is?
Bougie.
Yeah.
And bougie. Yeah, it is gay. It is gay. But you know what's gonna make it real gay? I got to get one of those shower steamers that you put in the bath, and it releases the steam. So after
the eucalyptus tablets you put at the bottom of the shower.
Yeah, nigga had to have eucalyptus, lavender, all kinds of different scents.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But anyway, we'll watch this one last time on the way out.
My family of 6 shares a family towel.
Why?
I'm looking for a lady right now. I'm lonely. I need some love in my life. The one and only. The amazing Raleigh Spider-Man. I'm single. I haven't had a girlfriend in 10 months. Check it out. I'll be on Capitol Boulevard every day. Mini City. By Wendy's. Right down the street from Food Line. If I'm not there, I'll be by the mall. Right there. It's the McDonald's and Burger King. You go past Triangle Mall. You see the sign said Wake Forest. I'll be right there. By Panera Bread and Chipotle. And I really do have faith that I'm going to find the right one. You know, not just one that I'm going to love and then she not going to love me back. You know, same time I know kind of like love is, skin is only, they say love is only skin deep or love at first sight. But if you find somebody, you know, when you got them, check it out. When I believe in something, I stand on it.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
There's a lot going on that's just, I'm distracted by how this baggy fucking Spider-Man
baby,
suit.
the Spider-Man suit don't fit at all. And then, you know, if it's a Spider-Man suit, almost by definition, it has to come with a hood because that's part of the costume. But he's got on whatever the kids call them, the Scullies or whatever. Like he about to be in a low-budget porn movie.
This is, and listen, and he's in a low-budget porn movie with a baggy Spider-Man suit on. It ain't shit going on in the front of that thing at all. Go sit down.
Grace, are you moist with anticipation? Are you planning a trip to Raleigh to find a Raleigh date?
I mean, listen, we just talked about this, Grace, opening up your world and inviting new people in. We just talked about this. Now, this is Raleigh Superman here. He's trying to make, he's making a play for you. What you gonna do, boo? What you gonna do?
Right.
What you gonna do, boo?
And you gonna turn your nose up at the chance for love, see? Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do, boo? What you gonna do?
Last month, he purchased a couch for his man cave, and this weekend he made a shocking discovery.
Why the hell you gonna tell some damn body? Shit! Where the couch at now? I bet I want to tell no damn.
I've always been prone to yeast infections.
Last month, he purchased a couch for his man cave, and this weekend.
Okay,
let me tell you,
Dominion. You got.
If I bought a couch,
windows open. You have two windows open because
and I found 43. There's no echo on my side.
On the video, there seems to be an echo, but I could be wrong. But okay, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was because the next video had started.
Okay.
But no. So this man found $43,000 in a couch that he bought and was terrified, and so he returned it. And so I was thinking at first, I was with the woman that was reacting to this, but I don't know. I kind of feel like so here's my thing. $43,000 don't accidentally end up in a couch. And if you bought it from, let's say, Couches R Us, they know where you live. And whoever $43,000 that is coming to your house looking for it. And if you have already spent that money, anybody that will hide $43,000 in a couch like that might do some crazy things if that $43,000 isn't where it's supposed to be.
I hear all of that. I do.
However,
and all of that makes perfect sense, and it really does, because again, if you bought this, especially if it was a brand new couch that you bought and it wasn't like a used place, you know what I mean? Like let's say you went to a thrift store or something like that and bought. Okay, but yeah, they got my contact information. No, I'm gonna have to return that $23,000 that I found in the couch. I'm gonna have to return it.
I'm sorry, sir. It was $43,000.
The couch that I purchased had $23,000.
Now we said when we assumed this was new store bought. Now, bitch, if I bought a sofa from a thrift store and it had $43,000, they'd never see even a single nickel of that, because there's no way to trace that back to me. Because
exactly.
Because if you buy shit from a thrift store, you know they don't keep records of who they sell.
Yeah, and you got to transport your own shit. So that's why I'm like, I don't, I'm like, how is this? What are we talking about here? So I don't.
Skillet Boy said 10,000 for some ghetto protect, and let's head to the mall. Child, they be the main ones that rob you. You be like, bitch, you know this motherfucker has $33,000 sitting in his house somewhere.
That's why. Listen, again, everybody got to know what the fuck you got going on. That's what the fuck it is. Listen, but
that's the gist of her thing. Is like, girl, you don't need to tell all your business.
Everybody got to know what the fuck going on. If you're gonna do, listen, I learned that a long time ago. If you're gonna do dirt, do the shit by yourself and be by,
right.
Be by
and
yourself.
You know that man. You know if he hadn't told, he'd have been like, girl, not girl. He'd have been like, I have $43,000. He'd child. You would never known the rest of my life that I had found that money.
Baby,
now,
listen. Maybe some 5 years later.
In retrospect, there might have been a few signs. But nothing obvious. Like I wouldn't go out and buy $43,000 worth of stuff, but I would be like if we go to Florida again, I'd be like, and you know, we're quibbling over places and like, well, this one is, you know, $400. Well, this one is $350. So let's go for the one at $350. I'd be like, bitch, we're going for the one at $600. So there would be like small signs like that. But yeah, you know, I'm not going to suddenly show up in a Lamborghini because $42,000 is not really a lot of money. It is and it isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's just, you know,
what you're trying to. If you try to use this to get yourself set up for a minute, it's really not a lot. Absolutely. But if you just need, if you like, bitch, I wish I had $20,000 to go to this Vegas weekend or some shit like that, then yeah, that's a setup.
You got your money. Yeah, you got your money.
Or if like, here's what I would do. I know how much I pay a year on my mortgage. Maybe I will put that money in an account, let that account earn some interest, and just pay my mortgage out of that. Because this isn't like a lot of money, at least not to me. So
that would work. That would be another option. So yeah, that would be an option. But again, it's a shame that this man lost. You know, whoever it is lost their $23,000. I'm gonna go ahead and return it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I would be like, I found $5,000 in this couch.
I've always been prone to yeast infections, even when I was very little, because I was always the family's favorite. And oh, Catholic ass crowd.
So I keep getting.
I'm not sure if you
I've always been prone.
I did.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to stop it. Where was I?
My family of 6 shares a.
I'm looking for.
Last month.
I've always been prone to yeast infection.
Serve sock on your back. Is that to clean up the blood? And the answer is no. So if you're, hitting someone with the bat, they're going to try to grab at the bat. And then they're going to try to pull it away from you, right? So you put a sock on the bat, so when they grab onto it, you can just yank the bat away, and then they're left with the sock and you still have the bat.
I just want to say that was fucking genius.
Yeah, I've seen that before, and I was like, "Huh, that does make sense." And I like to, I keep a little baseball bat in my car.
Yeah, I had never. Because I was all. That's not my ministry, so I don't know anything about that. But sure. But when see, I don't. Violence is never the answer. Lola, girl, we're gonna have to get you to set a 7:50.
Lola, do I need to text message you? Do I need to text message you that the show's getting ready to come on again, Lola? Is that what I
need to go back to setting a reminder in the group to log in? Listen, I know we got a lot going on in our lives, but we're glad you're here now, baby. You missed some of the fun though. but there's still
Absolutely.
plenty more because you're just in time. Oh, a drama at
Oh, you
work.
had drama at work. Okay. Girl, listen.
You don't owe us any apology, baby.
Girl,
you got a whole
I
life,
get it.
and we are not paying you to watch this show. So you handle your work drama and be good. So,
girl, I get it. Work drama, and it then probably got on your last nerve. What you need to do is go in and pour yourself an adult beverage and sit on down. But listen, you missed it, but it's taped, and that's all right. That's okay.
Exactly. And Epic's just about to get into some stories for us.
I most certainly am. Let's see where I'm at with these stories this week. Okay. So, a couple of things. Billionaire David Geffen, who is 82, he filed for divorce from David Armstrong, his husband, who was 32, after less than 2 years of marriage, and there was no prenup. Now, according to the divorce filing, which was obtained by People, they didn't sign a prenup before marrying in 2023. And in the petition filed in LA on Friday, May 16th, Geffen cites irreconcilable differences as the reason for their split. Now, the couple's date of separation is marked as February 22nd, 2025. And celebrity divorce attorney Laura Wasser is representing Geffen. So back in 1971, Geffen co-founded Asylum Records, if you didn't know, and he later founded Geffen Records in 1980 and DGC Records in 1990. The mogul also co-founded DreamWorks Records in 1996. He's now retired, and Forbes has reported that his net worth may be around $8.7 billion. Now, much of Geffen's income consists of stocks and equities and property, and California law states that the dividends from stocks remain separate, probably leaving Armstrong without much cash in the split. However, California law also requires divorce petitioners to pay spousal support for half the length of the marriage, meaning that Armstrong will receive payments for 1 year. Now, Geffen will also pay his now estranged husband's spousal support and attorney fees per the filing. Now, although Geffen and Armstrong have not shared how they met, the New York Post reportedly that Armstrong, who used to work as a model, dancer, and fitness instructor, trained Geffen. Now, the two were private about their relationship over the course of their marriage. Geffen shared some photos of himself and Armstrong on Instagram and over Christmas when he posted a now deleted photo of their pair enjoying some time together on his mega yacht, which was valued at $400 million. And it was like Merry Christmas indeed. And that's how Geffen had captured that photo. But listen, if you 82 and you decide you want to marry a 32-year-old, baby, listen, I say as long as you are happy, do what you're going to do. But Mr. 32-year-old dancer, singer, actor, like I want to call you Jack McFarlane, baby, I don't think you're going to last very long with this 1 year of spousal support that you're going to get from this man. But listen, as long
if
as
he plays his cards right, baby, that 1 year of spousal support could set him up. But let me just tell you, I do not have $8.7 billion. I barely got 8.7 thousand. But listen, Linda, listen. I love for not just men, for people to show me their buttholes. And I have had some really, really good butthole in my life. But I have never had any enough that I would put myself in a position that they could take even a minor fraction of what I got. And I mean, just like, because let me tell you, if you have 8.7 billion, that's not the only good butt that you can find or good dick that you can find. So here's how that conversation would have gone. What's this man's name? What's the kid's name?
The husband's name is
Hey Donovan, baby, you know I love you, and before we get married, you have to sign this prenup. Well, I'm not signing no prenup. Contestant number 2. Right. Before we get married, I need you to sign this prenup.
Yeah.
How much money you got? 8.7 billion. Bitch, hold on. Let's do some quick calculation.
8.7. So yeah, and so the thing is, if he is getting spousal support for 1 year, and if they're doing it based off of what he's earning in interest, and if that's what he's living off of from his stocks and bonds and properties, so if he's valued at 8.7 billion, even if you just did 8 million and you did that percentage wise,
0.001% of his net worth is still $8.7 million.
Yes.
And so if you said, there's just no scenario where someone that wealthy should have allowed themselves to be blinded by dick or ass. Because again, when you have that much money, and people know you got that much money, there are I don't want to say that anyone on this call is whores, but several people on this call would take Mr. Michael's place. Well, Joshua said,
are you going to answer that question? Because I was sitting there
no,
trying to answer.
I will give my opinion and you give your opinion. Baby, life only seems short in the rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm.
In the, looking forward, you never know. That man could live another 10, 15 years. He got $8.7 billion. So he can get any medical intervention that he needs. And maybe he doesn't want to spend it alone.
Yes.
So when you die, it's going to seem like those 82 years or those 85 years or those 95 years went by in a blink. But every day that's in front of you seems like forever, and you don't want to spend that forever alone.
Absolutely. And I listen, that's one reason. And the other reason may just be, you know what? I've done everything else, so why the fuck not? Why not get married? And I mean, he's been married before, but still. But why the fuck not? Like, maybe he just wants to have the comfort of just one person, one body, one, whatever. But
maybe he's tired of auditioning contestants, and maybe he will. I am not going to put words in this man's mouth, but maybe he was dumb enough to think that this 32-year-old dancer, singer, entertainer really loved him for himself.
Listen, they were together for 2 years, almost 2 years, and listen, that's a long time for a 32-year-old.
Yeah.
A 34-year-old, I guess. But listen, for David, it's a drop in the bucket. And listen, I don't know. But you're like, but you don't have to marry him though. But no, you don't. But the other part of this is though, you do, if you're thinking about it from that standpoint, if you are the younger person, you want to be able to have agency over, making some decisions for them. And if you don't have anything in writing and you're not the spouse, or you don't have a directive as far as like a, last will and testament or anything, like you can't really make any decisions. So, there's several reasons that way that could be the reasons why he wanted him around. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm still raising my hand because I would definitely volunteer if he needs to take somebody to take a place. So listen, David Geffen, if you are watching this video, listen, I'm a Gemini. I like warm milks. I like roller coasters. I like bacon, butter, and cheese. So we can figure that out. We can figure out all the rest of that stuff. I'm just saying. Anyway, Diddy news this week. So Diddy's former employee takes the stand in the trial. His former assistant, George Kaplan, 34-year-old, he testified to providing food, clothes, and on a few occasions, drugs to Diddy during hotel stays. He described a medicine bag allegedly containing a number of different drugs, including Advil, Tylenol, ketamine, and Wellbutrin. The former employee once claimed that he had to pick up MDMA for Diddy, and he said it was the first time he was aware of Combs using MDMA, which is a stimulant or a hallucinogen, more commonly known as ecstasy or Molly. Kaplan said that he had to pick up drugs for Diddy in Miami. He provided him a phone number and cash, and once Kaplan called the number, he said a guy came and Kaplan paid for the drugs. Kaplan was also allegedly tasked with calling a person to pick something up for Diddy while he was staying at the Bel Air Hotel in Los Angeles. He claimed on the stand that when he met the person, he gave them cash for Diddy and in exchange received a bag to give to Combs. Kaplan, who received immunity after the judge signed an order earlier Wednesday, told the jury about how he would sometimes travel with Combs or sometimes travel ahead. His job was to set up the hotel rooms with clothes, speakers, candle, baby oil, and Astroglide. He brought the supplies himself and paid using his corporate card. He claimed that he was given a few hours notice to set up a hotel room. And he said it was his understanding that Diddy would have guests and a female partner, which would be a female partner at his hotels. He explained Combs would stay anywhere from 12 hours to a few days. Kaplan described things he would see in the hotel rooms. He told the jury he would see energy drinks, lots of baby oil in the hotel rooms. He saw crystallized powder once on a counter in the bathroom, which is what he testified about. He claimed he would tidy up the rooms to protect Diddy and protect his image. He said the hotels would sell photos or videos of newspapers to try to embarrass celebrities. He testified for working for Combs Enterprises as his assistant beginning in 2014 and claimed he made $125,000 per year. He said he would often work anywhere from 80 to 100 hours a week. And he also said there were some times where Diddy threatened his employment monthly and would tell Kaplan he's only surrounded by the best. He said one time he was threatened because he purchased a 2.5 gallon water bottles instead of 1 gallon water bottles, and Diddy got in his face and threatened him about that. Listen, we've had tons of people that have shown up at the court to testify, but we've had Cassie and her mom. We also there are 2 other male escorts that are slated to actually testify. Daniel Phillips and the Punisher, Sheree Hayes, they've been called to testify. So we'll see what that's going to bring in the next couple of days. We don't know when they're going to testify. I'm not quite sure yet, but this trial is getting juicier and juicier. There was some involvement.
Why the Punisher, and why is that in the description? That seems odd to me, but sure.
Because they're 2 male escorts, and we're just going to leave it at that. I'm going to just leave it at that. The trial has been getting juicier and juicier because they've also included, made references to Justin Bieber. They've also made some references to Usher and just a few other artists that were around. So we shall see what else this trial will bring. But again, we're going to keep you posted on what this Diddy news, what it brings and what comes up. So we shall see. I'm going to jump into some famous birthdays. Before I even start the rest of it, again, happy birthday, Tyra, or happy belated birthday, Tyra. I also need to say in that same vein, on the 16th of May, we celebrated the legend, the icon, Miss Janet Demita Jo Jackson's birthday. She's also going to be Janet Demita Jo Jackson, the icon.
I don't know her.
You don't? Okay.
The only the only Jackson I recognize is Reevy. I should have said LaToya, but anyway, happy birthday, Janet.
She's also going to be.
LaToya has a whole fan club and like a very, I don't want to say vicious, but like a strong fan base, and they ride for LaToya like shit. And I was like, really?
They do.
But okay.
But Janet's going to be performing on the AMAs, where she's getting another icon award because she got the first. Remember, she was the first MTV icon, but she's getting another icon award at the AMAs that Jennifer Lopez is actually going to be the host for. So that'll be interesting. And I'll see. And she's going to be doing a live performance on that show as well. So we'll see how that goes. Some other birthdays that I'm going to talk about. So Ron Isley of the Isley Brothers is 84. Danny Trejo turns 81. Pete Townsend turns 80. Cher turns 79. Leo Sayer is 77. Musician Mark Mothersbaugh turns 75. And if you don't know who he is, he's one of the men in the red hats from Devo. Crack that whip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Comedian and former U.S. Senator Al Franken is 74. Actor Pierce Brosnan turns 72. Baby, I did not know Pierce Brosnan is 72. And Pierce Brosnan, for whatever reason, I thought that young man was aging very well. But baby, I just saw a picture of him and I was like, baby, what is going on? It's like they turned the lights on. Mr. T turns 73 along with George Strait. Chow Yun-Fat turns 70 along with Deborah Winger. Judge Reinhold turns 68. Bronson Pinchot turns 66. Singer Enya is 64. Sail away, sail away, sail. Okay, anyway. Craig Ferguson turns 63. TV personality Ted Allen turns 60. He was on Top Chef, and I think he was one of the original Fab Five, if I remember correctly.
He was. For Queer Eye.
Oh, Queer Eye. That's right. Hill Harper is 59. Mindy Cohen from The Facts of Life.
Fine man right there.
She also turns 59. Actor Timothy Oliphant turns 57. Singer Martika, you might remember her from Kids Incorporated and also Wise Guy. She also had that song, In Martika's Kitchen. Okay, anyway. She was 56. David Boreanaz turns 56. Tracy Gold from Growing Pains is 56 as well. Writer and actress Tina Fey is 55. Jordan Knight turns 55. Israel Houghton, no, I'm always pronouncing his name wrong or pronounce it incorrectly. Israel Houghton is 54. Special Ed turns 53, along with Busta Rhymes, who turns 53. Tori Spelling turns 52. Rapper B-Slade, aka Tonay, is 50. Candy Burris turns 49 from Real Housewives, along with TV personality Kim Zolciak from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She turns 47. But listen, I need to stop for a second. Kim Zolciak is 47. When I tell you I don't see 47, I see very much of 50 plus with Kim Zolciak, but that's just my...
That is a shock to me that she is not over 50.
She is just 47, but okay. Michael Che turns 42. Singer Notori Naughton from 3LW is 41. Derek Huff from Dancing with the Stars is 40. Megan Fox turned 39. Why do I think this hoe was much older than 39? She is 39 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's a beautiful woman, but she's 39 years old. Taj Mowry, smart guy in Kim Possible, he's 39. Sam Smith turns 33. Sam Smith is only 33 years old.
If you had told me Sam Smith was 45, I'd have been like, yeah.
And JoJo Siwa turns 22.
I have no idea who that is.
JoJo Siwa is the young lady, the young dancer that was very colorful and very outspoken, and she was in the whole dance mom situation, and she's the one that came out that was gay.
I heard the words you said, but that means nothing.
It didn't.
To me.
Okay, all right.
Please continue.
Okay, all right. So some other birthdays to note as well. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. I missed somebody. Miss Grace Jones is actually on here as well. Miss Grace Jones is in her 70s as well. I don't know why I forgot that for some reason, but Miss Grace Jones celebrated her birthday last week as well. I don't know why I missed that. But some other historical birthdays: Fats Waller, the jazz singer, Raymond Burr, the actor. The Notorious B.I.G. also had a birthday. William Fargo, who's the founder of Wells Fargo Bank. Jimmy Stewart, the actor. William Hewlett, the co-founder of Hewlett Packard. Tony Stewart, from the NASCAR driver, who turns 54. Johns Hopkins, the founder of Johns Hopkins University, celebrated a birthday. Malcolm X, Andre the Giant, Nicholas II, the Russian Tsar, Frank Capra, the director, Perry Como, the singer, John Paul II, the former Pope, Reggie Jackson, former MLB star, Edward Jenner, who did the smallpox vaccine, Dennis Hopper, the actor, Bill Paxton, Sugar Ray Leonard, the boxer, Bob Saget, the actor and comedian Henry Fonda, and also Liberace, who actually celebrates the same birthday along with Henry Fonda and Janet Jackson on May 16th. So, yeah, there's some other famous people. So the news of the weird this week. In Slidell, Louisiana, a Lowe's home improvement store was the site of a startling discovery when 66-year-old James Kaliavas of Jasper, Georgia, was found in a display storage shed at the store with his pants around his ankles and a tub of Vaseline at hand. The Smoking Gun reported that Kaliavas admitted pleasuring himself while watching YouTube in the shed. He was arrested for obscenity and booked into the county jail.
Was he watching the BGKH show?
He was not. He did not give us any props to say that he was watching the BGKH show, but goddamn it, he needs to be. That's just all I'm gonna say about that.
Right. I mean, shout out to him that he was able to masturbate on something he found on YouTube.
Listen, this next article, Ashley Pardo, 33, of San Antonio, was arrested on May 12th and charged with aiding in the commission of terrorism. And this is according to CNN. The charges were related to Pardo allegedly supplying her middle school son with ammunition and tactical gear in exchange for him babysitting his younger siblings. Police were called to the home on May 12th after the grandmother saw rifle and pistol magazines loaded with live ammunition in his room, along with homemade explosive devices. Jeremiah Rose Middle School had clocked his interest in violence, but Pardo expressed to the school her support of his violent expressions and drawings and does not feel concerned with his behavior. This is what the affidavit read. Now, May 12th, he went to school and then left campus, after which extra security was put in place. He was later located elsewhere and charged with an undisclosed crime. Listen. Employee of the month. Seth Davison, 24, an employee of Oaklawn Memorial Gardens in Fisher, Indiana, was arrested on May 12th after he dug up a grave to retrieve a gold ring from an urn. Officers patrolling the area that evening noticed an empty car parked nearby. As they investigated, Davison walked out of the woods covered in dirt and said it was his car. He told officers that he hadn't been able to stop thinking about the ring, which he intended to pawn. Prosecutors charged him with cemetery mischief, criminal trespass, and theft. Gardner in Greater Johnstown, Pennsylvania school district brought treats to school on May 14th. And unfortunately, the tasty items were Jell-O shots with alcohol that 3 students enjoyed. When school officials learned about the shots, immediate action was taken, and the kids were going to the nurse's office and then to a local hospital for evaluation out of an abundance of caution. The district said it's working with authorities to find out how the student came into possession of the shots. The world will never know, I guess. Los Angeles NBC4 TV sports writer Michael Duarte arrived at his home in Echo Park on Monday, May 10th, to find it had been ransacked. While taking in the damage, Duarte went into his bedroom and discovered a naked man sleeping in his bed. Duarte told a friend who was waiting in a car nearby to call the police. Strangely, the intruder had clogged the toilet with towels, eaten a box of ice cream sandwiches and a box of Beyond Beef burger patties, and chewed 60 pieces of gum, which he had then spit out in a big wad of gum about the size of a softball. Now, he had also killed a possum with a statue and left it on the back patio. Duarte said as the suspect was being led away, he was yelling to me and my friend and the other officer, and also other officers, "I'm going to kill you." Mental illness is real, and baby, let's check on all of our friends and families, because we don't know what people are going through. But that's all I got from that story from there. But that's all the stories that I got for this particular week. Yeah, that's what we got. That's where we at. But I do got another breaking story. Breaking story. Noah's Ark has another movie that is going to be released on Paramount Plus on June 20th. Please go and check out the previews for Noah's Ark, this movie, because it's following their lives up until this particular point. And for what I understand, both Wade and Noah are becoming parents. So again, it looks like it's going to be an interesting little movie. It comes out on June 20th on Paramount Plus. So definitely go and check out the previews and the trailers for it. But I definitely heard that information today, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be. The original cast is all supposed to be back, but they also have some other people that are showing up as well. From what I can tell, all the original cast members are coming back. They look a little different. They look a little bit older. But again, they're also coming back at this particular point. So we'll see how this goes. But go check out the advertisement for it. But again, it's coming on June 20th in Paramount Plus, just in time for Pride Month.
All right. Excellent. Well, good job. Thank you, Mr. Epic. We appreciate it. Good times. I have had fun today. And I am looking forward to a fun and exciting, but also restful Memorial Day weekend. I hope you all have fun as well. Any other last words till Daddy takes a T-bird away?
Absolutely. Listen, be safe out there. Listen, we are all out here. We out here in the streets, and it's summer, and bitch, we outside tonight. All that's great. Baby, COVID is still real. Other versions of colds and everything else is real, baby. Be careful out here in these streets, and be careful of your surroundings, and just watch people around you. And if you're celebrating with any of the people, with a bunch of people during this Memorial Day weekend, again, just be careful. Be careful of your surroundings, and it's large crowds, and some people have been inside for quite some time, and they just want to be out in the streets doing all types of rowdy. Listen, just be careful. Just be careful out there. Have safe weekends, but be careful out there and enjoy yourself.
Hallelujah. With that, kids, we will say thank you all for coming out so much. We've had a wonderful time with you as always. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and good night. All right.